चिद्रूपवीक्षणचणं हृदये रमन्तम् आमीलिताक्षमनिमेषसमाधिनिष्ठम् मञ्जासनस्थमतिमानुषमीशरूपम् आनन्दमात्मरमणं शरणं प्रपद्ये।
परमर्षिभ्यो नमः। परमर्षिभ्यः हरिः ओम्। उपासकानां यदुपासनीयम् उपात्तवासं वटशाखिमूले तद्धाम दाक्षिण्यजुषा स्वमूर्त्या जागर्तु चित्ते मम बोधरूपम् अद्राक्षम् अक्षीणदयानिधानम् आचार्यम् आद्यं वटमूलभागे मौनेन मन्दस्मितभूषितेन महर्षिलोकस्य तमोनुदन्तम् अपारसच्चित्सुखवारिराशेः यस्योर्मिमात्रं भुवनं समस्तं गुहाहितं तं रमणं गभीरं चिन्ताविहीनं हृदि चिन्तयामि। अहमिति कुत आयातीत्यन्विष्यान्तः प्रविष्टयात्यमलधियाम् अवगम्य स्वं रूपं शाम्यत्यरुणाचलत्वयि नदीवाब्धौ हृदयकुहरमध्ये केवलं ब्रह्ममात्रं ह्यहमहमिति साक्षादात्मरूपेण भाति। हृदि विषमनसा स्वं चिन्वता मज्जता वा पवनचलनरोधादात्मनिष्ठो भवत्वम्। त्वमेवमेकं हि कथं न बुध्यसे समं हि सर्वेषु विमृष्टम् अव्ययम् सदोदितोऽसि त्वम् अखण्डितः प्रभो दिवा च नक्तं च कथं हि मन्यसे। Why do you not understand you are truly that absolute one? You are that eternal Atman, reflecting all equally. You are the unrefuted Lord and ever shining. Then how can you think of day or night? Atmanam satatam vidhi sarvatraikam nirantaram aham dhyata param dhyeyam akhandam khandyate katham. Be aware of the Atman always. It is continuous and everywhere the same. You say, I am he who meditates, and the Supreme One is the object of meditation. Why do you thus divide the indivisible? Na jato na mritosi tvam na te dehaha kadachana sarvam brahmeti vikyatam braviti bahudha shrutihi. You were never born and you will never die. You have never had a body. The Upanishads declare in many different ways this unvowed truth, all is Brahman. Sabāhyābhyantaro sitvam Shivaha sarvatra sarvadam itastataha katham bhrantaha pradhavasi pishachavati. You are always present within as well as without. You are that supreme beatitude, always and everywhere. Why then do you run hither and thither like a confused ghost? Sanyogascha viyogascha vartate nachate name natvam naham jagannedam sarvam atmaiva kevalam. For you and me there can be neither union nor separation. In reality, neither you nor I nor this world exists. The Atman alone abides. Shabdadi panchakasyasya naivasitvam nate punaha tvameva paramam tattvam ataha kim paritapyase. You do not belong to the five objects of senses, such as sound, touch, form, taste and smell. Nor do they again belong to you. Indeed, you are that supreme reality. What reason then have you to grieve? Janma mrityun nate chittam bandha mokshau shubhashubhau katham rodishire vatsa nama rupam nate name. You have no birth or death, no memory, no bondage or liberation. Nor have you good or evil. Why do you weep, O my dear? Name and form belong neither to you nor to me. Aho chittam katham bhrantaha pradhavasi pishachavat abhinnam pasyacha atmanam ragatyagat sukhi bhava. O mind, why are you wandering about like a restless ghost? Realize that undifferentiated Atman. Give up all craving and be happy. Tvameva tattvam hi vikara varjitam nishkampam ekam hi vimoksha vigraham natecha rago hi athava viragaha katham hi santapyasi kama kamataha. Truly, you are that unchanging reality which is motionless, one and freedom itself. You do not experience passion or dispassion. Why then do you torment yourself by desiring objects of desire? Vadanti shrutayas sarvaha nirgunam shuddham avyayam ashariram samam tattvam tanmam vidhi na samshayaha. All the Upanishads declare that Brahman, the supreme reality, is without attributes, pure, immutable, bodiless, and pervading everything equally. Know that I am that Brahman. Do not ever doubt this. Yesterday we spoke about Turiyam, the fourth state. Na jagran name swapna kova sushuptihi na vishwo nava tejasaf pratnya kova avidyatmakatvat trayanam turiyah tadego vashishta shivah kevaloham. This is a shloka from Nirvāṇa Daśakam. The occasion also is very beautiful. Shankara, as a small boy, only 8 years old, from down south Kerala, he heard about a Jivan Mukta, a sage, Govinda Bhagavad Pada, who is residing in a cave in Madhya Pradesh. About 2000 kilometers perhaps. So all the distance he walks in search of the master. Your very effort for realization, your longing for realization is the power behind your abidance. That is the secret. The bhakti behind this seeking. It is the power which holds the realization. It's like you need oil to keep the wick aflame. Like that, you need the oil of bhakti. Bhakti here means, first bhakti is this longing to attain that state. Then bhakti is that great, profound gratitude for the principle, that Guru Tattvam, which bestowed that state on us. So there, he goes all the way to Madhya Pradesh. We can just imagine that story. It's always a very fascinating story. It's all there in the Atma Tirtham. Those who have not read, you should read. It's all Shankaracharya's life, teachings, everything is there. And the Upanishad, Gita, all essence, cream, they are all there in that book. So there he moves with all gender. In those days, business people, they travel with camels, horse, elephants, all that they will travel. So with all that group, he travelled and reached Madhya Pradesh. And we should imagine how you might have met Govinda Bhagavad Pada on the bank of Narmada. And there he met that great sage, ever established in the truth. And the small boy, the story is like this, that when Govinda Bhagavad Pada saw that small boy, he asked, who are you? And Shankara burst out with these verses, these 10 verses, where he says, I am that Shiva, that pure awareness. Na bhumir na toyam na tejo na vayuhu, na kham nendriyam va na tesham samuha. Anaikantikatvat sushuptyeka siddha tadego vashishta shivah kevaloham. I am that pure awareness Shiva. In that one verse which he says, to me there is no waking state, dream state or deep sleep state. Beyond the three is the fourth, the turiyam. Because the avidya is removed, ignorance is gone. Trayanam turiyaha. As long as the ignorance persists, waking, dream, deep sleep, this three, Bhagavata calls it as 3 dreams. When the Muni attains Jnanam, Trīn Swapanan Dhunute Munihi. The Muni just blows out all the three Swapanas. All the three are Swapana, dream. And he wakes up to that eternal light of Turiya, the fourth state, which is the screen in which all the three comes and goes. Trayanam Turiyaha. That alone remains. Tadego Vasishtaha Shivah Kevaloham. I am that non-dual Shiva, pure awareness. So this is the Daśakam of Shankaracharya. And in such stories we find, like Bhagavan's life also, realization is so easy. One Tamil Vedanta teacher, Kannudaya Vallalar, he says, how will one attain realization? He says, do you have bhakti? If you have intense bhakti, that bhakti itself will give all purity. Purity follows bhakti. When you want only that satyam, that is bhakti. That atma sakshatkara, nothing else, that is sadhana bhakti. With that bhakti, you approach the teacher. He will tell you the truth and you will be realized. Only that much. Yatha tathya upadeshena kritarthaha. Sattva buddhiman. When the buddhi is sattva buddhi, when he goes to the teacher, acharya, he gives him yatha tathya upadesham. Yatha tatha upadesham. What is. He speaks about what alone is. And the sattva buddhi, he is not a complex brained person. He has a very simple intelligence. It needs a tremendously, immensely simple intelligence to accept the highest truth. Most simple truth you tell people, they say, oh, that is very difficult. After this, after that. The brain is so much complex. So when the buddhi is sattva guna sampanna, jnanam is so easy. This boy of 8 years, we are all mighty scholars, spent so many years in school, in universities. Almost half of the life, full of one's energetic life, one has wasted in school and university. Swami Vivekananda says about Ramakrishna, my master, that talks, he says, he was a great fresh man because he never entered a university. The intellect is not at all, it has no cobwebs of complex things. You need a very simple intellect for two things. One is to grasp the truth directly, and also to renounce. You don't want many things. You move away from things because the intellect says, I need only this much, that's all. Buddhi is your guru there. The pure buddhi is your guru. That buddhi itself becomes your guiding light. So, Shankaracharya goes there, attains. Bhagavan Ramana, you see how simple it is. Not even going to Madhya Pradesh. In Madurai, you have to go and see that house. Now what you see is, in fact, much more modified. In those days, in that small house, there were 3 or 4 families. Small. In that, a small room, Bhagavan, no Bodhi tree, nothing. Most uncharismatic enlightenment, Bhagavan's. When you see Buddha's life, you can say that Bodhi tree, and wherever you think about Buddha, that Bodhi tree also comes. But in Bhagavan's case, one Sunday, you need not even take leave. When his family people were going for some marriage or some festival, they were, see, that force behind it makes space. It creates the right space for the great event to occur. So all of them went out, leaving Venkataraman there. When they went out, when they were going, the boy Venkataraman was there. When they came back, Venkataraman was not there. Many people get glimpse of realization, but it doesn't stay. The beauty in Bhagavan's life is it stayed there. Because the reason is sadhana chatushtaya sampannaha. That is what Shastra says. He had all the prerequisites to hold that realization. We can simply say he had true bhakti to hold the realization. That absolute purity to hold the realization in his being. So sometimes you see, realization is also very simple. To hold it in your life, Brahmanishtha, that seems to be difficult. Many people write books, sometimes many modern writers, the moment you read the book, you think, oh, he must be a Jivan Mukta. About many years back, I read someone's book. And in my younger days, I thought he must be in that state. Because the teaching is very clear. After that, after about 10-12 years, he came to me and was telling so many obstacles, I am not able to meditate, all that things, the usual problems. So it's a mystery. See, clarity is important, but clarity itself is not enough. The prerequisite is very much important to hold that realization in your being. And all Shankaracharya says in Gita Bhashyam, you need not go one by one like Viveka, Vairagya, Shama, Dama. No. In Gita Bhashyam he says, if you have true bhakti, you will become an adhikari. That's how. Very simple. Bhakti aikamatrena adhikaritvam. Bhaktehe dvirgrahanat. That Bhashyakara says, Gita, in that one verse, Krishna says bhakti 2 times in that one shloka. So he says, because if bhakti is there, the person becomes adhikari. Gita, Krishna says, even if he is a great durachari, abhichet sudaracharo, bhajate mamananya bhag, if he has true worship, true bhakti, without getting distracted anywhere, he is wholeheartedly surrendered to the Lord. Sadhureva samantavyaha. He should be considered as a sadhu, as a noble one. Samyak vyavasito hisaha. He has taken the greatest resolve in his life. He will attain the highest realization. So, Bhagavan's life, Shankaracharya's life, we hear many of direct disciples of Bhagavan like Muruganar. We have told many times how Very simple it was for them. Very direct, immediate. To abide in that state. So, that is what we see in these great beings. Abidance in the Turiya Nilai. Then pattiṉi தூங்காமல் உணர்வோடு தூங்குவார்க்கு விளங்கும் அனுபூதி. Beautiful. Arunagirinathar, in one of the songs, he tells Subramanya, Muruga, he says, "O Lord, that anubhuti, that experience which the jnanis, the Jivan Muktas are having." And he is not saying Jivan Mukta or Jnani or enlightened being, no. He says, Unarvodu Tunguvarku Vilangidum Anubhuti Vadivinai. Only for them, only for those who sleep, who have that divine slumber, who sleep with full awareness. Only to them that supreme anubhuti shines forth. That state, O Lord, with your beautiful words, with your Mahavakya Upadesha, you just transmit to me that state, that give. He is asking for that. So, Unarvodu Tunguvarku Vilangidum Anubhuti Vadivinai உனது அழகிய திருவார்ந்த வார்த்தையால் மொழிந்து அருளுவாய். So next verse. Sañcita āgāmiyaṅgaḻ sārāvām ñānikku viñcum eṇal vēṭṛār kēḷvikku viļambum sollām bharttāpōyk bharttāpōyk kaimmaiyuṟāp pattiṉi eñjādadu karttāpō mūviṉaiyuṅ காண். Sañcita āgāmiyaṅgaḻ sārāvām ñāṉikkūṛ viñcum eṇal. இதெல்லாம் தமிழ் வார்த்தை. ஊழ், பிராரப்தத்துக்கு ஊழ். It's all about karma. Generally it is said three kind of karma: āgāmi, sañcita and prarabdha. Āgāmi, the very word itself shows that which is going to come. Sañcita means that which is in the bag, collection. Sañcita. And prarabdha, prakarshena, with force that has been activated, already active. What generally the Shastra says, Āgāmi and sañcita will be burnt by jnanam. Prarabdha, nobody can delete. One has to go through it. This is the Shastra. It is like you have some arrows in your quiver. Then you have kept some arrow in the bow. Both you can destroy. But you have already shot. It is going to hit the goal. That you cannot do anything. So, Āgāmi and sañcita can be removed, not prarabdha. This is one way of answering question. vēṭṛār kēḷvikku viļambum soll. viḻambum shall. vēṭṛār kēḷvikku viļambum shall. See, sometimes when you have a teacher should be very, very careful. He should not unnecessarily make theories. According to the listener, according to the questioner, the answer must be given. For example, when we speak that in deep sleep, there is no thought, no mind, no world, then why I am not realizing the self? Many people will not understand the subtlety of the reasoning that should be applied there. So general answer is because in deep sleep ignorance is still there. Bija nidrayutah prajñah. There is the seed of ignorance remains there, still unburnt. There is a body there, it is the causal body. This is the physical body. In dream it is subtle body. In deep sleep it is causal body. That is why you are entering there and merging there, that is not enough. So turiya is needed. This is one place the argument goes like this and you are satisfied. But when you are ripe enough to understand, take a leap, then the other teaching is given. Like that, here also, see, the thing in Vedanta is whatever Vedanta itself gives you, ultimately Vedanta itself will deny. So, why a Jivan Mukta is available? His body is available to us. Because the prarabdha is there. That is why his body remains in the world. This is the answer. Kēḷpār kēļvikku vidai. That is why there is a shloka which says, I don't do namaskar to Bhagavan, neither to the jnani. I do namaskar to jnani's prarabdha. Because of prarabdha, he is available to us. And our prarabdha also connects us to him. So the prarabdhaya namaskurmaha says, we do namaskara to the prarabdha. And prarabdha, the force of prarabdha, because of that when Bhagavan had cancer, Ramakrishna had cancer, all this trouble. Why? What is the reason even for a Jivan Mukta all these things come? Prarabdha. This answer is also true. In that relative plane, it is the truth. Why it comes? It is their prarabdha, they are experiencing, going through it. And after realization, Jnani offers his body mind to prarabdha. Prarabdhaya samarpitam swavapuhu iti esha manisha mama. He just offers his body mind to prarabdha. Look after. Prarabdha is his servant. So prarabdhaya samarpitam swavapuhu. Then one problem arises. If prarabdha is there, will it influence the ñāṇam? If it will influence the ñāṇam, it is not true ñāṇam. Ñāṇam is powerless. If ñāṇam is powerful, when prarabdha is overtaking, how does the jnani live in the world? Generally, the answer is jnani has the power to endure even before jnana. There is a qualification which is expected from the disciple before jnana. That is titiksha. Sahanam sarva dukkhanam. apratīkārapūrvakam chintavilāparahitam sa titiksha nigadyate. That is called titiksha, enduring all suffering without mourning, without lamenting, without complaining to others, without yourself also inwardly blah blah blah. No anxiety, nothing. Just enduring with that immense power to endure, endurance. That is very much needed. That is titiksha. Gita, in the very beginning, Krishna says, titikshasva bharata. You just endure. You have suffering. Yes, what to do? Endure. Accept it. Endure it. You will have pain. But you are ready to go through it. So this prerequisite is in the very beginning. So this is in jnani, after jnanam also, that one quality shines like a diamond in a necklace. The remaining part of his life, all that dukkha and sukha one after the other comes, he just endures them, swallows them in such a way that all the rivers go and merge in the ocean, but the ocean neither swells nor decreases. Ita, that is what Bhagavan says, āpūryamanam achala pratishtham samudramāpah pravishanti yadvat tadvat kāmāyam pravishanti sarve sashantimāpnoti na kāmakāmi. Āpūryamanam, go and fill. The rivers come and enter and fill the ocean, where the ocean remains same. Like that, all the experiences of life flow towards the Jivan Mukta. He has all that experiences, but he neither increases nor decreases. That is the power of that jnanam. And ultimately, Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta. See, this Prarabdha explanation is same for Vishishtadvaita, Advaita, everywhere. But the Advaita takes a leap, where the Shastra says for a jnani, Prarabdha also is not there. No Prarabdha for jnani. How is it possible? You take the arrow and you have already shot it. What will you do? There is no goal to hit. There should be some goal to hit. It is not there. The arrow just goes and falls there. Like that, only when the ajnana, avidya, ego is there, the prarabdha becomes meaningful. Otherwise, who is experiencing prarabdha? Who is the experiencer of prarabdha? So when the I, the ego, ajnana is removed, there is neither āgāmi nor sañcita nor prarabdha. Jnānagnihi sarva karmāni bhasmasāt kurute tatha. Gita, Krishna says, the fire of jnana burns all the residue, all the result of actions, like as bhasma, ashes. No karma can anywhere touch him, torment him. No prarabdha, no āgāmi, no sañcita. His Brahma Vijnana reveals to him that he is ananya, means there is no body for him, there is no mind for him, there is no ego for him, there are no senses. Appara divyo hi amurtah purushaha. The Upanishad says the Purusha, the Atma is divya, it is divine, amurta, formless. Divyo hi amurtah purushah sabāhyābhyantaro hi ajaha. He has filled the inner and the outer, the unborn. Aprāno hi amanaha. No prana, no mind. The Shruti says neither prana nor mind. Shubbraha is extremely pure. Aksharat paratah paraha. He is not that jiva limited by this body, mind. He is the supreme beyond the akshara, the purushottama, that supreme being. So when that recognition has come, sañcita, āgāmi and prarabdha, all the three disappears. For him, there is always that bhuma, that non-dual awareness. No karma, no karta, no result. Kriya, karaka, phala, adhyasa, shunyam, jnanam. That jnanam is so full that neither kriya exists, nor karaka, no phalam. The superimposition of doership, enjoyership, result, all these vanishes from his awareness. So, sañcita āgāmiyaṅgaḻ sārāvām ñāṉikkūṛ viñcum. Sañcita and āgāmi does not touch the ñāni, but the ūr, the prarabdha remains. Is vēṭṛārkēḻ kēļvikku viļambum sol. It is an answer given to the ignorant one, because he looks at the ñāni as the body. He is looking at the Guru as body. And he is asking about the body which the master is not aware. The disciple is asking about the body which the master is not aware, or he has not accepted. Aprāmanikam. Very powerful word. Shankaracharya says, Sharira is aprāmanikam. He says the body is, he doesn't say the body does not exist. He doesn't say the body is not appearing to me. He doesn't say I don't feel the body. He says it is not authentic. Very powerful. Because if you scientifically, now you see, you have this virtual reality. They can make you something feel. You are sitting here, suddenly you can feel that I have this problem, that problem, disease, or I have this joy, something. Nobody can convince you that it is not there. The only answer is, if someone comes and tells you that it is not real, you will say all you can say. I am feeling it. I am experiencing it. Even if you experience, it is truly not there. It is not an authentic thing. This is the answer. From the point of Shastra, the answer is given. When this is, I am not the body idea is given, generally people come out very forcefully. We can say all that. When somebody is killing someone, will you say the killer is Narayana and the kill person is also Narayana? All this you can just declare, but it is practically not possible. Very true. Relatively it is true. We are not speaking about killing and killer. But ultimately the truth is, we cannot compromise. Perhaps a single person wakes up to that reality. He alone counts. After all, so many are here. Even in this crowd, very few perhaps grasp it in the right sense. But even this small crowd, when compared to what exists in the world, what percentage it is? Nothing. So amidst so many millions, billions, one wakes up to truth. And he alone matters. And if you ask, why only one wake up? All these people have not woken up. And people asked Bhagavan this question. Bhagavan said, it is like asking after experiencing a dream. in which so many of you were caught in a tsunami. Somehow you escaped. Suddenly you woke up and you are crying because only I have escaped. All others are still there. Like that. See, the answer is so powerful because this phenomenon of others you can never explain. It is avidya. When you go deep down within you and see the oneness, the non-dual awareness, it alone is the truth. In it, you don't exist. What to speak about others? Atmanatma vivechanapi mamano vidvatkrita rochate. Anatma nasti. Yadasti gocharavapuhu kova vivektum kshami. Mithyavada vichara chintanamaho kurvanti adrishtatmakaha. Bhrantaha eva naparagaha dridadhiyaha tushnim shilavat sthitaha. Very powerful verse of Shankaracharya in Praudhanubhuti, where he says, this segregation of non-self and self itself I don't feel right. Doesn't taste to me. Anatma nasti. The non-self does not exist. Oh, I am seeing the body. You try to explain what it is, he says. You just explore it and tell me what it is. Kova vivektum shami mithyavada vichara chintanamaho kurvanti. Those who have not seen the truth, they are deluded. Due to delusion, they speak many delusory things, illusory things. They are deluded. They have not transcended this ignorance. One who knows the truth abides like rock. Shilavat sthitaha. In that established in the truth. So this is the fact. So here Bhagavan gives another example. One person had 3 wives. Formerly it is possible. And if he dies, all the 3 becomes widows. It is not right if you say only 2 of them becomes widows. Like that, when the ego is gone, the ajnana is gone, prarabdha, āgāmi, sañcita, 3 of them have no husband. Nobody to hold. Bhartā means one who holds. Nobody to hold. So karttāpō mūviṇaiyuṅ kān. eñjādadupōṟ karttāpō. When the soul, doer, ego, the cause of the 3 types of karma dies, mūviṇaiyuṅ kān. All the 3 karmas also vanish. This is the declaration of Bhagavan. So, for Bhagavan there is no cancer, no sarcoma, nothing. The story goes that Ganeshana has told that mūviṇaiyuṛ cried when Bhagavan was about to give up his body. Even mūviṇaiyuṛ felt very sad and he was very emotional, of course. So he cried before Bhagavan. Then Bhagavan said, mūviṇaiyuṛ, he had a conversation. He said, you know why you are crying? Because you are thinking Bhagavan as this body. And you know why you think Bhagavan as his body? Because you think yourself as body. It is still there. And mūviṇaiyuṛ was shocked. And that was the real insight that made him established in truth. That is what Ganeshana told. It is written in the Ramana Periya Purana. So, this idea of body, it is so much on us. With that, we want explanation why the body is here. In dream, you ask a big building how many days it took to build this building. And somebody says it took only 1 year. You don't believe. There is a funny story that one guide was taking an American to various places in Delhi. So first he took him to Taj Mahal. So this Americans asked him how many years they took to build this Taj Mahal. He said about perhaps many years, 20 or 30 years, something like that happened. And that American said, oh, very funny. They would have made it in 10 years in America. Then he took him to some other big building, Red Fort, many places. He asked, how many years? This person was constantly asking years. So he said, about 20 years. They would have made it in 5 years in our place. This guide got bored. Everywhere he says 5 years, 10 years. Then there is a big Swaminarayan temple, very huge. So he took him there. Very huge temple. So he took everywhere and he asked how many years it took. I don't know. Yesterday it was not there, he said. He said, so like that, in dream you see a very huge building and somebody says, and all time these things are very important for us. So someone says 10 years you don't accept, 2 years. The moment you wake up, nothing exists there. Like that is this, we want explanation for this world, explanation for creation. Upanishad speaks about creation in various places, in various language. Why it is so? Shankaracharya says, the Upanishad has no intention to speak about creation. As you are asking question, it is giving you some answer. That's all. It is not interested in satisfying your inquisitiveness about a dream stuff. It wants to take your attention towards the truth, that which is shashvata, permanent, eternal, not something which appears and disappears. So it is not interested in talking about avivakshitaha, avivakshitoyam srishtikramaha. No intention to speak about srishti, creation. So, the intention of the Shruti is to turn your attention towards the uncreated, that which is not created, that which is not the result of any action, that which is not limited by human mind, the limitless, the infinite, the whole, the Purna. So that is Brahma, that is Atma, that is Chaitanya, that is our real nature. So, when you recognize it, no karma, no good or bad or anything. Life is Purna. Purnamadaha, Purnam idam. The Upanishad says, the realization that you get in the Samadhi, in your heart, it is Purnam. And when you come back and see this world with all chaos, confusion, complexities, with that also it is Purna. That simple, pure, non-dual consciousness is Purna. And in it appears all these inscrutable names and forms. Ineffable things happen. Inexplicable things happen. With all its outburst of emotions, insights, imagination, memory, past, present, future. With all that, everything with all manifold manifestation is also that Bhagavan. Purusha yevedam vishvam karma tapo brahma paramritam etadyo veda nihitam guhayam sovidya granthim vikiritiha somya. As the Upanishad says, Yaha Veda Nihitam Guhayam, one who realizes him in the Hridaya Guha, then looks at this world. For him, Vishwam, this universe, Karma, all the actions, Tapaha, your sadhana, realization, the transcendental, everything is Purna. You see one as the unmanifested and the world as the manifested Brahman. You have that jnanam, then naturally no more doubt about anything. Nothing exists other than that. āgāmiyaṅgaḷ, as Bhagavan asked, where is the other? Nothing other than that exists. There comes the fullness, wholeness. There comes the true joy of life. In this knowledge comes the true bliss of life. Anando Brahma iti vyajanat. So Ananda is Brahma. Ananda is there everywhere. Then Prarabdha is also Ananda. Some problem comes, pain, disease, why not? So many years you have lived healthy, you forget that. Few months you have some terminal disease, why not go through it? Pleasure you welcome, but pain you resist, that is the problem. Certainly it is not that easy. Pleasure we can accept, pain difficult. Our ego is like that. But the Upanishad says that is the greatest moment in the life of a Jivan Mukta. When his whole jnana blazes forth. When he undergoes prarabdha. Yad vyahitas tapati tadhaishasya paramam tapaha. As the Shruti says, when he suffers due to disease, that is the greatest moment, greatest austerity in life. Where he shines forth, his luminosity is immense. His samadhi just explodes. Because with that intensity he experiences Brahman. Yoga Vasishta says, in that intense pain, he experiences Brahman. That is not easily understandable for us. So let us just stick to our blissful Brahman. so that is you need not understand that now. For us, that conviction of jnanam is important. So this is one thing now. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.